Well, it sort of depends, right? Because this is a really great conditional weapon, and it can... And while it's not very particularly powerful and it has a lot of delay on it, it can provide shield if you're facing enemies like this. Right? But this just does the most damage, especially at the level 2. You can, the way that the TS story works is that most weapons have a certain number of bullets that can be on the screen at one time. For instance, this is one. If you're at long range and hitting something, it's actually rather slow DPS, but if you're close range, look how much faster this fires. So, this means for close range weaponry, the sword is really good. But this is just so nice, it provides so much covering fire. It has a lot of shield around you for it that can use these shots to destroy any shootable projectiles that head toward you from all directions. So it really depends on context personally. This is a remarkably safe weapon against certain enemies, but it is niche though. Like, it requires you to be in a situation where you're dealing with a lot of projectiles. If you aren't, then you might as well just be doing nothing. Like, the reason that I wouldn't use the dual gun much near the end is these guys. Because let's see, those guys are along the ground right now, down the bottom right there. Like, because people like those guys, they have projectiles that can't be shot down, and so the bubble gun isn't really useful against them. See? Just bounces off. I see! Even this area of the game, it's designed, isn't it? Like, check it out. My first thought was, I'll charge up this beam and shoot everyone on this along line here, but this irregularity in the ground here, it's been designed around this beam, because this beam doesn't seem to have a max range. Or if it does, it's really long, so there's this sort of irregularity along the ground, which looks like, hey, it's just a bunch of debris, right? But, in fact, it's here to prevent our beam from getting too powerful and just wiping out everyone. The level design in this game is absolutely fantastic. how this area has just become harder. So I can't just grind for experience here. Like those bugs that give me so much trouble later on are here right now. So books. I wonder if these books say anything. No. I want to practice with the spur now. Yes, QWERTY. You want to play the cave story, don't you? Join us in the most cave of stories. Oh, I like the way that this is set up. You first come through here, and there, in the first corridor, there were enemies all around here, right? Certain death under here, a bunch of those elephant guys up here. You'd think that you just jump straight into enemy, but instead what happens is we come in, and we look at this, we go, oh my god, what happened? And then we look right a little bit, we see this dead dragon, but there's still no enemies. Actually, there's only one enemy that sort of comes flying up here. And this isn't because this is an easy area, because it's not. Oh my god. But what this is it's giving us time to It's giving us time to look at the devastation and try to sort our feelings out. It's a Durg! It was a Durg. Those spikes, they're suddenly, they're an active peril for someone with the booster too. I like it. It's a neat way to handle this. wonder what happens if I... Woo! That was closer than I'd like! While the spikes are a hazard, this is overall so much easier with the booster too. Goodbye, Dirk! Whoa, shit. Yeah, New Age, we picked up Curly, but, and dragged her through the reservoir to try to get back,